Hello, hello. It's time. Hi there, dream builders. Welcome to my final class. Just to make sure that everyone can hear me, please let me know that you are here by saying hello. We have a little bit of time. Just say hi in the comments and then we can get started. So, as long as you guys can hear me, we're going to start really quickly because I have over 20 hustles to share with you guys today. Hey, Brandy, I see you. Hi, Tiffany. Nice to have you back. Shanae, I'm probably saying your name incorrectly. I'm so sorry, but nice to have you here as well. I'm happy to be here for the final class, and hopefully, we won't have any technical difficulties. And I'm glad at least that you can hear me. That always seems to be like the number one issue that nobody can hear me. But we've got that all settled. So I'm excited to get started. Excited to get started. Excited to get started. Can I say that one more time? I am excited to get started with the final side hustle class for you dream builders. And usually I'm going to wait a little bit for everybody to get in here so I can start. But today I have for you over 20 side hustles. So we're going to get started and then we'll let everybody catch up. They'll miss a few things, but that's okay. We'll recap. So here's how this is going to work. I'm going to give you a little bit of a presentation first. Then I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I'm going to just spit out some side hustles for you guys. Just spit it out. So if you see something that you're interested in, you want to learn a little bit more about, you've got a question on, drop it in the comments as I'm going. Don't save your questions. Drop it in as soon as you see something. There is about an 8-second delay here. So by the time I've said something, it's about 8 seconds later that you're seeing it. So if there's a delay in me answering your question, just know that I can't see it for some time because you wouldn't have seen what I've said for about 8 seconds. Okay. So that's good. I'm glad that you all can see me. I'm happy that you guys are here, and I'm happy to be having this last class. It's a little bit bittersweet. I've had fun with everyone these last few weeks. This is class number 3 in a series. If you have not seen the first 2, you definitely need to see the first 2 because you would have missed out on a couple of things, at least 8 side hustles that I shared before. But this is the big kahuna. This is me sharing 20 gigs with you tonight. Actually, more than 20. I said 20, but it's actually going to be more than 20. All right. So if you guys are ready to get started, let me know. Say ready in the comment box and we'll get started. And I'm going to cue everything up while you guys are telling me that you're ready. Okay. Let me know when you're ready. All right. It looks like you ladies are ready, and gentlemen. Let me not say just ladies, because there are some gentlemen who watch these videos, and I want to make sure I don't leave you guys out. Hi, Kim Renee. Thanks for joining tonight. And we're going to go ahead and get started on gigs. Please make sure to tell me if you cannot see a screen that says Side Hustle with Sandy and gigs on it. If you can see it, say yup, or say yes, or say ready. Say something and let me know that you can see that screen so that I'm not just sitting here talking and you guys aren't seeing what it is that that I'm sharing with you. Cece says I sound clear. Thank you. I've got my big mic plugged in and it's actually working today. All right, here we go. Side Hustles with Sandy. So for those of you who've missed the first 2 classes, I'm going to go very quickly about who I am. My name is Sandy Smith. I am the founder of a blog called Yes, I Am Cheap. That blog is focused on personal finance and helping people get out of debt. I started that blog when I found myself in $121,000 of debt and I didn't own anything. And part of how I got out of debt was in side hustles. I'm also the founder of a group called Colorful Money. Colorful Money basically teaches people of color about personal finance. And that's by a number of different people who pretty much have come together to share our knowledge about just about everything. Okay. And Joyce in the Facebook group says she can see me. She can see the screen, but she might not be able to communicate, but she's here. Thank you, Joyce, for being here. So I'm looking at you guys on Facebook. I'm looking at you guys on YouTube. I'm getting all of your messages. This is good. The last class is, of course, the best class. Save the best for last, right? All right. So I'm also an Amazon product seller. And I say that because I also teach people how to make money selling on Amazon, like I did. I turned $500 that I invested into Amazon into $25,000 in sales part-time in less than a year, all as a side hustle. So I continue to side hustle on Amazon, and every December I make 5 figures every December on Amazon. So if you're interested in Amazon, I can tell you how to take my class, my free class as well. So now, because I've been doing so many things with side hustles, people have been calling me the queen of the side hustle, and I'm okay with that. I brush my shoulders off a little bit with the queen of the side hustle title, and that's why I'm here with you to teach you a number of different side hustles. Finally, one of the things that I'm actually very proud of is being named one of the most inspiring money stories by Yahoo Finance. I was named one of the most inspiring stories because I paid off a $50,000 debt in less than 2 years. During that time, I was unemployed for 6 months and then working as a temp for 10 months. So you guys are like, how did you pay off $50,000 in that short time? That's kind of impressive. Well, I paid that off by side hustling it and gigging it. So gigs, a lot of what I'm sharing with you today is they're the primary ways that I paid off my debt. They are gigs. So today we are gigging our way to financial freedom. And I hope that you guys put up some impressive numbers if you're able to find some gigs that really resonate with you, so that you can make some money. So first, what's a side hustle? I always define what a side hustle is because people use that term so loosely, but I'm focused, laser focused on what a side hustle is. For me, it is a side job, a sideline, a side thing that makes you money and isn't your main job. A job, my philosophy is, can keep you just over broke. It's nice to have for healthcare. It's nice to have for some kind of financial stability, but be honest, there are many of us out there working jobs that keep us just a little bit over broke, but we're not really moving forward. What you need to do is to be making more money. But if you can't get more hours at your job, if you like your coworkers, you don't want to switch, maybe you just need to add a side hustle. And specifically today, we're adding gigs. So the last few weeks, I've talked to you about different kinds of side hustles. And side hustles are everywhere. I've talked to you about working from home because those are always some of the very, very easiest side hustles that you can get started probably today and make some money. And if you're in the Facebook group, we actually had somebody who said she started 2 side hustles that I've mentioned in the last few weeks, and she's already making money. One of her side hustles actually came from what I call the sharing economy as well. She's driving for Uber, and I said, I don't like people in my car. I don't like people in my car, but you can deliver food. And she's actually part of the crew delivering food, Uber's delivery service. So she's making money that way. So you could share other things, like if you have a spare room, Airbnb, things like that. So we covered the sharing economy last week. This week, we're all about gigs. All about gigs and gigging our way to financial freedom. So when I say gigging our way to financial freedom, I'm not talking about cracking jokes, because if you're old enough to be like me, you've heard the term gigging on somebody. Yeah, we're not gigging on anybody. We are working a gig. So what's a gig? A gig is a short engagement or a short job, something that is meant to be short term. It is not your main job. It is not your main thing, unless, of course, you were unemployed like I was, in which case your gig might just be your main job at the time. But they're meant to be short duration. They're not meant to last forever. They're not meant to make you a ton of money. This is not the thing that you're going to do from here to eternity. They are short term. Okay, so don't get comfortable with the gig. Don't think you're going to be there forever. It is short term. So primarily, gigs are run by freelancers. Freelancer is another term that you should know. Basically, you are self-employed. Everybody likes to call themselves the boss these days. Essentially, you are the boss because you are in charge of your paycheck. If you are not working a gig, if you are not working a sideline, if you are not side hustling up some cash, you probably are not making money. So the first thing for you to know is when you are gigging your way to financial freedom, you are in charge of your money. You have to be extremely proactive. These things are not going to just drop in your lap and say, here, take my money. You have to be out there. You have to be a go-getter to get these things. And as a freelancer meaning you work for yourself, you're not working for somebody else, you're not part of a huge conglomerate, you are self-employed, and you can be employed by somebody and also self-employed, by the way. When you are a freelancer, you must be a go-getter to get your money. A closed mouth does not make money with gigs. You have to be proactive. So that's the first thing that I wanted to tell you about anything before we go forward. So if you think these are going to be easy, they're not going to be easy. And I actually don't have any more slides for you. That's it for me with the slides, because from here on, I'm going to be rapid fire with you and the gigs. So first thing you want to do is be sure that if you have any questions, and I'm pausing here on purpose, I'm slowing down my speech on purpose. If you have any questions from here on out, you need to drop your questions as quickly as possible in the comment box, because I will be moving rapid fire quickly, and I might pass something that you have a question about. What I will do is share a gig, explain what it is, and give you at least one resource that you can use to find a gig for yourself, for the most part. Now, keep in mind, not everything is for everyone. A lot of the gigs rely on your skills, your personality, and things that you are interested in. So hopefully something that I share with you today will interest you and will be something that you can do to make some extra money. So if you are ready for these gigs, somebody say ready in the comments, and I'm going to go. If you guys are asleep, I might as well not go forward. But please say ready, and then I'm going to get ready, and I'm going to go rapid fire through these gigs. I'm a New Yorker. You know, we talk fast already. So if you're not prepared, get prepared, because these gigs are going to go fast. Some of them you're going to think I'm kind of crazy. Maybe she's crazy. Maybe a little bit. All right. If you guys are ready, I'm ready. Let's go. Okay, here we go. Gigs. me. All right, so I'm going to break them down into different sections here because we've covered a bunch of different things. But here's a gig that I have not covered, which is very, very, very popular these days. Virtual assistant. You guys have all heard the term virtual assistant, but maybe you don't know what that is. A virtual assistant is somebody who you might never, ever meet in person, who does things for you on the side. They're like your secretary. They're like your admin assistant. They're like your executive assistant. They are doing things for you that you don't want to do yourself, basically. And virtual assistants cover the gambit of different things. There are all kinds of different virtual assistants. For me, I have a problem with my inbox. My virtual assistant helps me clear out my inbox and prioritizes what emails I should look for first. I've had virtual assistants design things for me. I've had virtual assistants write things for me, make phone calls, do all sorts of things. If you have skills, administrative skills, you can be a virtual assistant. Or if you are an admin professional in your day job, you can be an admin professional at night or in the afternoon or in the evening, or at some point where the time is convenient for you. One of the most popular sites for virtual assistants is Upwork. Upwork.com. You've heard me mention Upwork a number of different times, but this is bar none one of the best places to find a virtual assistant. There's also virtualassistantjobs.com, but I really recommend Upwork more than anything else because you set your rates, and then people decide whether or not they want to ask you to apply for their jobs, or you can apply for a job that you see listed. Moving next, delivery driver. Don't sleep on the delivery drivers. That's flowers. That's food. Food is really popular, especially pizza. You can deliver just about everything. What skill do you need to deliver something? Nothing. You usually just need a working car, and you need typically a schedule, a regular schedule that you're available. 1 night a week, 2 nights a week, 3 nights a week. The typical thing with delivery drivers is this. Many people work for just tips, but if your tips don't add up to at least minimum wage, then they have to pay you up to minimum wage. But chances are that you're being paid a nominal amount of money, and then you're delivering and you're making tips. If you are a good delivery person, I've seen people make $200 a night delivering pizza. If you're going to be a delivery person, then you want to be delivering during the Super Bowl. Deliver pizzas on the weekends or on the Super Bowl, and you will be bringing in money hand over fist. Joyce asked, what are some gigs I can transition into full-time side businesses? So you listen for the thing that I think would most interest you, Joyce, and then see if that's something that you can turn into a full-time side business. I know that I have virtual assistants who are full-time in their gigs. So listen up and see if something's there fits with what it is that you're looking to do. All right, where are my cooks, my sellers, my bakers? Do you guys have those uber food and culinary skills? Can you make something? Well, there are always hungry people out there like me who want a homemade treat or homemade food. I have a friend making money hand over fist. I wish the baking gods had smiled on me, but she is making money hand over fist on Etsy selling cookies, milk and cookies. This girl is making money selling because she makes these gourmet cookies and gourmet cupcakes. P.S. Her chocolate cupcakes with Guinness and Bailey's frosting to die for. My mouth is watering like a fatty just talking about it right now. She makes some really good cupcakes and really good icing. And this girl is selling those cupcakes and cookies and icing like crazy on Etsy. Etsy is not the only place that you can sell your baked goods. There are other forums and marketplaces that you can sell your goods on. I know somebody who cooks out of his home every Friday afternoon, but he puts up a menu on Instagram the night before. Instagram. He's selling food through Instagram. And basically, he puts up the menu the night before, gets the orders from people, And then he cooks it on Friday and delivers it. He has a delivery range of time, delivers it to people, and collects his money as he's delivering it. And he doesn't have a restaurant. He doesn't have a business. He's cooking out of his home and advertising on Instagram, and people are buying this food for him to deliver it. So if you're a cook, if you're a baker, if you're great with the culinary skills, you're good on the stove, this might be for you. And again, you don't have to have a professional kitchen, but please have some hygiene skills if you're going to be cooking food. Are you a mom? Do you enjoy being a mom? Did you enjoy labor and delivery? Perhaps you can be a labor and delivery coach or a coach for new moms. There are plenty of new moms who always need help, assistance, and maybe you can be a doula, in fact. Help and assistance, becoming a mom, being a new parent, and you can provide that assistance and guidance. If you love that kind of stuff, there are places out there for you. And I skipped my source. Sorry about that. Are you good with your hands? Jewelry making. Can you put together some jewelry? So I used to own a jewelry boutique, a costume jewelry boutique, and it all started from the fact that I love to make costume jewelry. You can make your own costume jewelry. Etsy, again, is a great place to sell it. Sometimes eBay, but if you have more high-end costume jewelry, you can sell to smaller boutiques, kind of like the one that I had. So I had a lady who would design things, and she would come and sell some to me. She'd sell to other boutiques, etc. She had really great high-end things, and I would make some things, and we'd make great money off of the things that we were selling. So if you're good at putting jewelry together, your high school jewelry making class might have come in handy. This might be for you. Flipping. Are you a flipper? And I'm not talking about house flipping. I'm talking about buying something at a flea market, redoing it, refinishing it, and then reselling it. So if you've heard of Ty and Talat, His and Her Money, they do this with furniture. And this is actually some of the most popular things to flip. You buy old furniture. In fact, there's a show called Flea Market Flip, if you guys have ever seen it. You buy old furniture and refinish or redesign it and then sell it at the flea market again for a profit. In some cases, people are selling things on Craigslist or they're selling it on eBay. This is especially true if you have older furniture that's made with actual wood, not this press board stuff that they're making things with nowadays. Nobody wants to buy stuff with press board. They want to buy wood furniture, but they don't want to take the time to finish it themselves. So if you can make furniture over, you got that shabby chic look that people love. You have the whitewash varnish look that people love. You don't mind sanding. This might be for you. And there can be lots of money in this kind of flipping. Sometimes people are just throwing things out. Especially here in New York, it is not uncommon for people to put things on the sidewalk and put it up on Craigslist. By the way, you can find out what's on the sidewalk by going to Craigslist, and you have a sidewalk alert that people will put up. Or if you go to freecycle.com, that's Freecycle, F-R-E-E, freecycle.com, you'll find things that people are putting out, but they want to recycle it. They want to just throw it out. It might be something perfectly good that they don't want anymore. And you can pick it up for free and then try to refinish it and flip it. Are there any questions so far on the things that I've already covered? I know that I'm going kind of fast, so I want to take a second to pause to see if there are any questions before I move ahead, because I'm going to move ahead with more stuff. What's your name on Etsy? Your family reunion's coming soon, and unique cookies. I will tell you, Joyce, what her name is. I gotta look it up. I just call her up. Like, hi, I'm gonna need those Bailey's cookies, please, because they're so delicious. So delicious. All right, here we go. We're moving back online. Social media manager. There are plenty of people like me who have a number of different social media accounts. I've got an account on Facebook. I've got 2 Twitter accounts. I've got YouTube, Pinterest, what else? Periscope, LinkedIn. I've got all these different social media accounts and Instagram. And it takes a lot of work to keep them all active and keep different people active and engaged. If you're good at social media, maybe you're the Instagram queen, maybe you're the Facebook guru, maybe you're a Twitteraholic. And I actually had somebody for about 6 or 8 months who just only handles my social media, nothing else. So if you're good with social media, perhaps you can be a social media specialist. And there are plenty of people who look for social media specialists. So one of the places you should look for jobs is Cloud Peeps. That's cloudpeeps.com. And let me share their page. I actually like this for a couple of different things, because you can find some cloud-based gigs, and cloud-based meaning online, not, not where you've got to walk around and find a job. You look here for people who are searching for people who have cloud-based gigs. So you'll see people looking for content marketers, digital strategies, social media managers. These are pretty typical. Social media managers, PR. So you're really good at social media and you think that you can handle people's social media accounts, this might be for you. Okay, so put yourself up here and start either marketing people's content for them or start managing their social media, because you might be like me and not have time to really be dealing with your social media accounts. I sure don't have time to be dealing with mine, that's for sure. I don't. Social media can be very overwhelming if you have a lot of them. Are you great with design? Can you put some stuff together? Is your Canva like popping? Are you good with Photoshop? Can you create images? This is where you Pinterest mamas can come in handy. If you can create an image or images that look great to promote other people's stuff, then Pinterest specialist, this one's for you. Or your social media, or your graphic designers or your graphic managers, this is for you if you can put some stuff together. So you don't actually need a whole ton of skills, because there are plenty of mid-level or low-level or startup blogs who need people to create images for them. They don't have to be very involved. You don't need to have airbrush skills. If you can create some of the images like you see on Instagram that are usually motivational, or somebody's got something that they're saying, kind of like the image that you saw when you were first coming in to this class, then this might be for you. And you don't need to know a lot. You do need to own technology to do this. You can do this on free things like Canva, Canva. So if you're a graphic artist, graphic designer, you're aspiring to be, you can be, you can create something like this on a free program. Doesn't need to involve much. And this, by the way, is on my Instagram, and market your skills as a graphic person. Now, you have to be very clear of the type of images that you create, right? So if I'm looking for the Michelangelo of images, don't market yourself that way. If you do things like what I just showed you, they're not the same things. Okay. And again, you can find roles like that on Upwork. I was looking at questions here. On Upwork, you can find those kinds of gigs on Upwork again. All right. How would you like to be online support? You ever go to a page and a chat box pops up asking if you have a question? Would you like to ask the customer support? You can be one of those click here for support people. You can go to a company like Needle or SiteStaff. Needle is pincushion.needle.com. That's pincushion.needle.com or SiteStaff. And you can be a virtual support staff. You might get a little bit of training, and you will be that person where somebody clicks that button to talk live chat to people. You'll be that virtual person chatting live to somebody. So the training will be about whatever the program is about, whatever the company is about, or whatever the products are about. So expect to have a little bit of training before you actually do this, because you have to know what it is that you're talking about. Okay. All right. Who likes products? Me. How would you like to wholesale products to people? Got your attention? There's a site called SaleHoo, SaleHoo, SaleHoo. And they have a directory of legitimate companies who are interested in hiring middlemen, right, to act as a storefront for their online products. So you're basically the person in the middle, and you're their storefront, and you're getting it from these other people, and you're wholesaling it to others. So if you're interested in wholesaling, basically you're sub-wholesaling is what that is. If you're interested in buying products at wholesale, because I say wholesale because sometimes you can find things even cheaper than wholesale, and act as if they're wholesale again to other companies, this might be for you. I tend to shy away from product-based gigs because I don't want a whole bunch of products sitting in my house. But you might be the person who likes products, and you might be able to sub-wholesale to somebody else a product that you found on Saleho, okay? All right. Anybody who's is a lawyer or an attorney, sometimes attorneys run a trial by a mock jury. So they want to see, how's my client going to fare if I put them in front of a jury? Or what if I argue this point, okay? And how will people accept this point? So you can be part of an online jury. I know this sounds absolutely crazy, but trust me, people want your opinion. So there are sites like Online Verdict, onlineverdict.com, and they connect lawyers with online jurors, and you make some money as a juror. So, you know, if somebody stole somebody's stuff and their lawyers arguing that he was temporarily insane, and you're hearing the entire argument before the real jury gets it, you get to give your opinion, and they get to see, hey, is that argument going to work or not? And you get paid to give your opinion. There's nothing wrong with getting paid to give your opinion, right? So you'll be a mock juror. And that's kind of fun because I don't like sitting in a jury room. If you guys have ever done jury duty, this is basically online jury duty. All right. I see no questions so far, so I'm moving along. Lots of them. I told you guys I had lots of side hustles for you today. Does anybody still buy greeting cards? Hallmark pretty much went out of business as a store, but they still have cards all over your drugstores, right? Somebody has to come up with those greeting cards. Are you good at little funny sayings, maybe little happy sayings? Can you put a greeting card together? You probably want to start making your own greeting cards or connecting with a greeting card company, not necessarily Hallmark, writers. But if you go to sites like freedomwithwriting.com, that's freedomwithwriting.com, there's a list on there of greeting card companies, and maybe you submit your own. I remember, I think I submitted one of my greeting cards to bluemountaincards.com. I think I had written a poem or something, Blue Mountain Cards, and I had submitted, and they say, basically got a rejection letter, but it was that's not bad. Try editing and resubmitting. And I was like, it's too much work. But maybe you're good at that stuff, and you can submit your own greeting cards, and who knows, you can be a published author of greeting cards. Hey, it pays a little bit of money. It's something, right? Okay, moving along. Lots of stuff to do. These bunch of gigs I'm going to kind of lump together. These are gigs that make you money for you doing odd jobs, right? So they can be random things. Pick up my dry cleaning because I can't get home. Pick up my delivery. Walk some flowers over to my girlfriend. Order my Chinese food. Whatever it is. They're like little mini jobs. So these are all based on apps. An app on your phone. So here are a couple. I'm going to spit them out there. TaskRabbit. So write this one down. TaskRabbit. GigWalk. GigWalk. Field Agent. Sounds like it should be a spy movie. Loot, as in loot, Loot. And Rewardable. So we have TaskRabbit, GigWalk, Field Agent, Loot, and Rewardable. And those, again, are apps. You can download them on your phone. And when you're available, you can go scroll through and look for a gig at your own leisure and see how much it would pay for you to, do a couple of those gigs. So if you've got a free afternoon, you're not really doing anything, log on to one of those apps, and then you're good to go. You do a couple gigs, get your cash, and you're in, you're out, and you're done, basically. And I love those because it's completely 100% at your leisure. Nobody else can force you to do it. You're not set to a time. You just, when you're available, you go on, you do it, you log off, you're done. You get your money. Okay. Here we go. Got blood. And this one is so simple. People kind of overlook this. But if you'd like to donate some blood out of the goodness of your heart, that's awesome. But there are also blood banks who are willing to pay you for your plasma. And I had to throw this one out there because, it's something. It doesn't take much. You just go, make sure you're in good health, donate some plasma, get your money, and come right back out. You just have to search for the nearest plasma donation center to you and just find out whether or not they actually pay you. Some places actually pay you to donate your plasma. I know you're thinking, Sandy's crazy, but it's a legitimate thing. So on the same kind of vein, if you are willing to help other couples with their fertility issues, you can donate products, your own, to help couples along that way. You see plenty of ads for young women who are willing to donate eggs, and there are also ads for men to donate sperm if they so choose. And more, you see people looking for, especially people of color. There's traditionally been an area that's been kind of focused on traditionally Caucasian people, but now you have more affluent people of color who are looking for people who are willing to donate eggs and things for people of color. So this might be something that might interest you. I'm just putting it out there. It is something, right? It's something, because you never know. You might be willing to help somebody else, with their fertility issues. All right, we're coming down to an end. I am not going to forget this because this one is actually pretty big. This one's huge. Coaching, career coaching, personal coaching, life coaching. This one has pretty much exploded in the last few years. And you see a number of different people, so many people who are coaches. Now, I might roll my eyes a little bit about coaches because they're people with absolutely no skills who are putting themselves out there as coaches. Now, you'll see some sort of certificates on my wall back here, and there's some in front of me back here. And I have a decent amount of education, a number of years of knowledge to be able to coach people through a number of different things. If you are somebody who is educated, have a number of different years in a particular product, service, field, etc., there is no reason why you cannot be a coach, right? But don't be a life coach if what you do is nothing related to helping people improve themselves in their lives. And of course, you can also get your certification. You can get certified by a number of different coaching companies as well. And they walk you through a curriculum because coaching isn't just this thing that pops up and you just slap a title on yourself that says you're a coach. You can help people with their problems, issues, whatever it is, or help them get over humps. But make sure that you know what it is that you are talking about. So for myself, I help people through their personal finance. I'm certified as a financial education instructor, and I have a number of years in the business and service. So I do that as well. So maybe you have a skill, or maybe you have a number of years of instruction under your belt, and you can help somebody else through personal coaching. And coaching is, you can coach a number of different things. I've seen people who are coaches from fitness coach. I've seen people who've lost multitudes of weight who are now fitness coach, and I go through Instagram looking and motivated by them. Maybe they're really motivational in person, to life coaching, which is kind of a catch-all for a lot of different people, to even personal finance coaching. There's the gamut. So if you know a lot about a particular subject, perhaps you can help somebody through that. And along the same vein is teaching, creating a class or teaching in person if you so choose. My local community college has adult continuing education classes. They're always looking for additional teachers. You can submit, in my case, a course to the community college, and this is only adult continuing education. So it's not like somebody looking to get to get like a bachelor's or master's. They're just coming to a class to come to a class. And perhaps you can be a person that will teach class at your local community college. Look them up, see if they have openings, or if they are even looking for additional classes. They might be offbeat. There are classes at my local community college on working with yarn. There's swim classes, but that person is actually a certified swimming instructor. There are people who teach guitar lessons. So if you have a skill that you can teach it in person at a community college. Alternatively, you can create a class, teachable, a number of different platforms, and sell your class online. This one has really exploded in the last few years. This is the information product is what you hear it called. And this one is primarily you marketing your product or service online. Just like I told you, I have a class on Amazon. There are a number of different people who teach a number of different things online as well. And there are a whole bunch of different platforms that you can sell your course. Now, courses can be all different kinds of things. They can be physical products, but the virtual product class is actually the biggest and easiest to get started. You can create ebooks. They can be videos. They can be a number of different things. And usually it doesn't take much to get started at all. You actually just need the time to put the course together, have it be cohesive, and then you can publish on a number of different platforms, including Teachable. I hope that makes sense, because really, Tina, you've missed a little bit. Stick around, there's some more. You have missed a lot though. But if you have a lot of knowledge and if you've been doing things for some time, think about teaching. Teaching is big, okay? And virtual teaching is even bigger. I don't even know how to express to you guys just how much people are out here making money teaching classes. Teaching. Remember when you used to think teachers don't make any money? The ones that make the most money these days actually share or sell their curriculum. So teaching can be big business. Do you know your city or your locality really well? Perhaps you can be a tour guide. So there are a number of different companies where you can basically put your services up as a tour guide. And I live in Queens. Queens is infamous for this tour that somebody has crafted on the number 7 train. They basically take you down a number of different stops on the number 7 train, and each stop is basically a different ethnic group that lives on that stop, and you go to these different shops or cafes, and it's basically like you're touring the world, all in the number 7 train in Queens. So tours by locals, toursbylocals.com is a good one. Rent a local friend. I know that sounds funny, but yes, rentalocalfriend.com. That's another service. Rentafriend.com. That's rentafriend.com. It sounds really desperate, doesn't it? Rentafriend.com, rentalocalfriend.com, or Tours by Locals should give you good sites to start with. And you're basically selling your service as a local tour guide. Okay, but make sure that you know your area. Make sure you crafted a decent tour. That number 7 train line tour is awesome. So you tour the world through Queens. I probably need to put together a tour of Chinatown. That would be great. So many tourists come in and they have no clue where to go. So this would be good. Speaking of actually going back a little bit to teaching, I skipped over tutor. So if you do know something, you can turn your knowledge and skills into a business, and you can advertise your service as a tutor on Craigslist and other sites. Is it Chegg or Crazy Egg? No, Chegg, sorry, Chegg.com, Chegg.com. You can advertise yourself as a tutor. So if you're especially good in any of the elementary school skills, especially, this is where you come in handy. Do you know history? Are you good with a foreign language, or do you speak a second language? Are you great with science, writing, math, any of those? You've got kids, you've gone through the 2nd grade math with them, and now you feel really good that you can teach some other kids some 2nd grade math. This might be for you. And foreign languages especially, because people want their kids to learn foreign languages. So you can put yourself up as a tutor. Craigslist is awesome for this. And Chegg, again, is another awesome site for putting yourself up as a tutor. When I was in grad school, I would tutor actually algebra to undergrad college students because they couldn't get it. people in my local area. So that was one way that I helped to put myself through grad school as a tutor for algebra classes. So if you know another language, or if you speak another language, especially, you can have a foreign language class. And that's actually a really good way to both have fun and teach some other people another language, which is great. All right. I don't know how many I've gone through. I've gone through so many gigs. So many gigs. And there's so many more that you guys can even find for yourselves. The point that I want to make out here is that there are a lot of different things that you can do to make money. It is not just centered on your job. Your job is the first and primary thing that you should concentrate on. Yes, because it comes with a regular paycheck. It might come with medical benefits, might come with 401k, et cetera, et cetera. But I did not help myself get out of debt until I started really adding side hustles, because I knew how to live on the money that I was already making, but I didn't really know how to live well on the money that I was making. When I started making a little bit more money and I dedicated that money towards paying my debt, then I felt a little bit better. But when I lost my job, I really saw the possibilities, because I had already opened my eyes to how I could make money outside of my job. So I want you guys to actually open your eyes as well to the different possibilities out there that exist. This world that we're living in right now, this computer that you're looking on or the phone that you're on, is a gateway to opening yourself to so many different opportunities that are available to you that might not have been available in your parents' time. If you think that the only thing that's available for you is what it is that you are doing now, then the first thing you have to do is change your mindset. So as you were coming in, the quote that I had up said that you have to be a shark, right? Are you a shark or are you a fish, I asked. And the quote was from the Jamaican trainer. Are you a shark or are you a fish? Either you want to be the shark of the ocean or you want to be the fish of the ocean. Take over everything. Strength, no weakness. So you got to put that in your mind. You have to have that mindset that you're going to come in and you're going to win and you're going to dominate. If you have the mindset, I can't do this, I can't find something else, I can't make extra money, then you won't see additional ways to make money. You have to open your mind to the possibilities, and then suddenly you'll see all these different possibilities that exist for you to make extra money outside of your job. So that's how I'm closing with you guys today. I really, really want you guys to take a look around and look at what it is that you could do to make more money. There are a lot more things out there than I've suggested, so many more. I'd love for you guys to come over to my group of side hustlers. It is called The Hustle Crew. And what we talk about over there is strictly side hustles. These guys all have their own jobs. No one's looking to quit their job, and I'm fine with that. You don't have to be unemployed or looking for a job to be a side hustler. In fact, it's probably better if you don't quit your job. Don't quit your day job, okay? Keep your day job. Keep your day job, keep your health insurance, be secure, be happy, but make some extra money. Never depend on your job for 100% on your income. I think I've told you guys before that I work in human resources as my regular day job. And there are often times when I have to terminate people. I have to tap them on the shoulder, tell them they don't work there anymore. And I hate doing that. But so I always tell people, never depend on your job for 100% of your income. If you take action today, you might have a side hustle tomorrow, making money. If you'd like to join the Hustle Crew, I'd love to have you. It's facebook.com/groups/1 Hustle Crew. Facebook.com/groups/1 Hustle Crew. Again, we just talk side hustles. We cover some of these hustles that you guys have seen here, even more hustles to come, and even more hustles than I've covered here. And we have a challenge that will be coming up in another month that I'd love for you guys to be on. If you'd like to learn more about entrepreneurship and small business, visit yesimcheap.com/subscribe. That's yesimcheap.com/subscribe. There will be an email going out today to help people build their own websites, because I believe even freelancers and side hustlers should have their own websites. Okay, this is how people get to know who you are, know your products, services, and your offering. And websites are cheap, and easy to build, and you do not need to have any programming skills. So we're talking building websites, and we've been talking building websites all August. So my entrepreneurship group, they'll get one more email about building websites. And then finally, if you'd like to connect with me, I am everywhere. As I've mentioned before, I'm on all social media platforms. I need to add Snapchat on here as well. I'm everywhere as Yes, I Am Cheap. My name is Sandy Smith. I hope that you've enjoyed what we've been talking about. I hope that you've enjoyed these last few weeks of side hustles, and I hope that you find something that helps make you some money. If you do, don't forget to go to the Facebook group, drop it in the comments. I've been feeling so good to see that somebody has taken some of the advice and some of the classes that we've already shared the last 2 weeks, and she's already making money. That could have been you. Had you started last week, you could have been here this week with some extra money in your pockets. Thanks for joining me tonight, and I hope to see you soon, whether it's in the Hustle Crew, on Yes, I Am Cheap, or back in the Dream Builders Facebook group. I will see you there. Thanks, guys. Have a great night.